I hope everyone has joined the lecture today. So we can start our lecture. Who can remember? Now this is the new module. You have already covered the previous module. Who can remember during this module what we are going to talk about? Can anyone remember? The last lecture we did during the last week, I have given an introduction. What we are going to discuss during this lecture series. You will be having 15 lectures, 30 lecture hours. So who can remember what we are going to learn during this lecture series? කවුරු හරි මට උත්තරයක් දෙන්න. හරි අපි එහෙනම් එක එක නම අඬ ගහමුකෝ. අද 8 ඉඳන් උඩට යමු. විශ්ව 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 ඉන්නව නේද?
Yes, madam.
විශ්ව අපි මේ lecture series එකේ මොනවද අද කතා කරන්නේ? මෙදාපාර කතා කරන්න හිතාගෙන ඉන්නේ. I have shared the module description last week. අපි ගිය පාර raw materials and fiber science 1 එකේදී mainlyම cover කළේ මොනවද? Raw materials and fiber science. What have we covered? Can't remember anything?
Synthetic.
මේ පාර එකේ තමයි අපි synthetic fibers cover කරන්නේ. ගිය පාර අපි cover කළේ මොනවද?
Natural fiber.
Natural fibers. Hari. Thank you, Vishwa. So that is what we are going to learn during this lecture series. Okay, so natural fibers and synthetic fibers are two different types of fibers. Okay, now I'm going to share a presentation slide with you, and I'm going to ask you a question from this presentation slide. Let me first share the slides with you. Give me 1 minute. I will like it. Okay, we have the lecture now. Give me 1 second. Hi. Okay, who can remember this one? මේක මතක කාටද? අද ප්‍රශ්න අහනවා. Who can remember this one? What is this about? During which lecture I basically present about this concept to you during the lecture module 1, that is raw materials and fiber science 1, because this part is very much related to what we are going to discuss during raw materials and fiber science 2. What do you all know about polymers? What do you all know about polymers? Hari, let me do something like this. Let me allow you to discuss about polymers and what we have learned during our last lecture about the polymers. It is because now for this lecture series, specifically the man-made fibers, the polymer, the concept of polymer is very important. The classification of polymer is very important, and how these polymers are made is very important, because we are going to learn about nylon fibers, we are going to learn about polyester fibers, we are going to learn about rayon fibers, and we are going to learn about regenerated cellulose, spandex, polyurethanes, and all these fibers are based on polymers. Okay, so you have to have a thorough knowledge about polymers. Okay, so what I will do is I will set you into groups, and then I will allow you to discuss about the polymers that you have learned previously during your raw materials and fiber science 1. Okay, and after that I will allow you to discuss about it for maybe 10 minutes time period, and then from each group I'm going to select a one student, and then you have to describe, or you have to give a summary about the polymers. Is it okay? Shall we do it like that? එක හොඳයි නේද? Otherwise, you will learn how to remember things. And also, when you were allowed to discuss in groups, each and every one of you will share your knowledge. Okay, sometimes some of you might not remember what we have learned about these polymers. Okay, so then maybe you all can refer to your previous lecture notes and get the summary about it. Okay, so let me create. Okay, today we have 44 students. So in each group, if I can have maybe 6 in each. So let me break you into 7 groups. Okay, I'm going to divide you into 7 groups. So in each group, there would be 6 students. So what you have to do in here is you have to recapitulate, or you have to remember your knowledge about the polymers, and then please do let me know how we can classify the polymers. Okay, just the classification, just present me the classification of polymers and how polymers are made. I will give you 2 areas to discuss how polymers are made, the first one, and the second one, how polymers are classified. What are the classification of the polymers? Those are the 2 things. So you have to discuss, you have to maybe use a word process or anything. Please create a small presentation which could be presented. So from you all, I'm going to select, or else you all can volunteer, and each group can select a one person. That one person can present these 2 discussion points. That is what is a polymer, and then the classification of polymers. Okay, is it okay? Okay, you should be okay, because your knowledge in polymer science is very important when we specifically talk about synthetic polymers. Okay. Please join into your respective breakout groups.
කට්ටිය මයික් ඔන් කරගත්තා නම්
අඩේ උඹලා නම දාගනින්කෝ.
පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න.
Hello, I'm in your group, room number 1, the breakout group. So you will be given 10 minutes time. It is 9:43 now. I will finish the breakout session by 9:53. And among you, I may select the index number 20TT0753. What's your name? Index number 20TT0753.
Kavin.
Supun. No, sorry. Who are you?
Kavin.
Kavin. Kavin, you will be the presenter. Okay. Everyone else need to support Kavin. And Kavin, prepare the presentation. Presentation in the sense, you have to present the two discussion point. What is a polymer and then the classification of the polymer. So all the others need to discuss about this with Kavin, and then you need to give the information to Kavin. Please go through your previous lecture notes as well, and then prepare the summary or the discussion points. Okay. So breakout group number 1, Kavin will be the presenter.
මැඩම් මේක අපිට මේ ස්ක්‍රීන් ෂෙයා කරන්න බැහැ මැඩම් මේක ඇක්සස් දෙන්න පුළුවන්ද?
Screen share කරන්න access දෙන්න පුළුවන් when you present. ඔගොල්ලෝ
Only-
present කරනකොට මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට screen share කරන්න access දෙන්න.
මැඩම් අපි මේ අපි ටික වෙනම ප්‍රසන්ටේෂන් එකකුත් හදන්න ඕනද මැඩම්? නැත්නම් අර
ඔයගොල්ලෝගෙන් මම එක්කෙනෙක්ව select කරනවා present කරන්න. හරි. ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ breakout group number 4 නේද?
ඔව් මැඩම්.
room 4 එකේ මහේෂි වසුන්දරා. Maheshi Vasundara, you are the one who is going to present. අපි මේක පටන් ගත්තේ 9:43ට. අපි මේක ඉවර කරමු 9:53ට. පහුගිය notes refer කළා ඔක්කොමලා මේ වසුන්දරාට information දෙන්න ඕනේ. කොහොමද present කරන්නේ? මොකද මගේ two discussion points දෙක මතකයිනේ. පළවෙනි එක polymers කියන්නේ මොනවද? ඒක හැදිලා තියෙන්නේ කොහොමද වගේ බොහොම සරලව simple summary. And the second point, the classification of polymers. හරි නේද?
හරි මැඩම්. Thank you මැඩම්.
Okay. Ravindu, were you not assigned to a group?
මැඩම් ලීව් වුණා එකපාරට එතකොට මම ආයි ගෲප් එකට දාන්න
ඒක තමයි පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න. Ravindu. Ravindu, group number 6 එකට join වෙන්න.
හරි මැඩම්
මම ඔයාව assign කරලා තියෙන්නේ. Hello, room number 2. Are you all discussing? I can't hear anyone talking. Discussing. Where's Dhananjay? He's muted. Dhananjay, are you there? Dhananjay, Neluka. Dhananjay innada? Hello? I can't hear you, Dhananjay. Dhananjay, speakers වැඩ කරනවා නේද? Audio is working, right? Oh, Dhananjay නැද්ද? Neluka?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are there, right?
Yes.
Hari. Dhananjayගේ mic එක වැඩ නැහැලු. Okay, in your group, I'm going to select Neluka. Neluka, you are the presenter. Okay, so all the other members in the room need to find information, including Neluka, and Neluka is the one who is going to present. We have started this breakout session at 9:43. You have to finish it by 9:53. The two discussion points are what are polymers in the sense like how polymers are made, and that's the first discussion point in very simple terms. Please discuss that. And the second one, classification of polymers. Please refer your previous lecture notes as well.
මැඩම්
Oh,
මාට මේ වෙන කෙනෙක් පත් කරගන්න පුළුවන්ද අපිට? ඒ
ඇයි?
කියන්නේ නෑ මේ මං අර මලීෂා ඉන්න යාට පුළුවන් මේ සබ්ජෙක්ට් ඒකින්ද යාට දෙන්නට කමන්නේ නැද්ද?
හරි මම දැනට මාලිෂාව දාන්නම්. එනකොට
ඔව්.
නෙළුක ඔයා කවදා හරි දවසක ප්‍රසන්ට් කරන්න ඕනේ හොඳේ.
හරි හරි හරි
හරි okay.
thank you madam.
Okay. Breakout group number 3. Hello, I'm here.
Yes.
You are discussing. Have you all found the information which I have asked you to discuss about?
We only discussed about how made yet, madam.
Polymers are made, and the second discussion points are classification of polymers. All right. So from your group, I'm going to select. Uchita.
Yes, ma'am.
Uchita, you will be the presenter.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so your mic and screen, everything is working now?
Yes,
If
ma'am.
you want to share screen, that also will be okay. So Uchita will be the presenter, but everyone else need to contribute, and this will be a teamwork. So Uchita will be representing the team. All right. Okay. Please carry on your work, and we have already started this by 9:43. You need to finish this by 9:53. I will give you maybe 2 or 3 more minutes. Okay, carry on. Hello. Hello. I'm here. So I hope you all have already started, and you have already prepared everything, the discussion points. So the two discussion points are what are polymers and classification of polymers, the second point. Okay. So from you all, I'm going to select Shahani. Shahani, are you there?
Yes, madam.
Shahani, you will be the presenter. So you will be representing the team. and you need to present these 2 discussion points based on your team discussion. Okay, clear, Nishani?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, carry on. You will be left with maybe 2 more minutes. Tivyaraj. Tivyaraj, are you there? Tivyaraj?
Yes. Yes, miss.
Tivyaraj, have you just joined? I will assign you to a group, but unfortunately, we are going to stop the breakout session by now. Just join the group and please help them to prepare the discussion points, okay?
Okay, miss.
Moses elastomas.
Hello. Hope you are doing good. It's because now we are going to stop the breakout sessions. So from your group, I'm going to select Tiviraja also has just joined. Please take the participation of him as well. Asintha Lakshan. Asintha Lakshan, are you there? Asinta or Asintha, I'm not sure. Asintha Lakshan. Asintha?
Madam.
You are there, right? Your mic is working, right? If anything, if any screen sharing need to be done, you all can discuss and do that, right? Asintha? So you will be the presenter. So you need to present discussion points, the teamwork, all right? Okay, Asintha. ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ ඔසින්ත. සිග්නල් ඉෂුව එකක් තියෙනවද? හරි. හරි, okay. But you have to contribute to others, huh? Is Ramindu? Ramindu ඉන්නව නේද? Ramindu, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Ramindu, ඔයා presenter team එකේ. හරිද?
Oh, madam.
මොකක්ද?
මැඩම වෙන කෙනෙක් කියන එයා අපි දාගත්තා මේ
හා කවුද?
කියන්න කිය
කවුද?
මාලි
ආ?
ලක්මාලි රූපසිංහ
ලක්මාලි.
කෙනෙක්.
හරි, ලක්මාලි රූපසිංහ. But ඕගොල්ලෝ හැමෝටම chance එකක් එනවා මේ sessions ඇතුලේ, okay? හරි, okay. ලක්මාලි will be the presenter. ලක්මාලි ඉන්නව නේද?
අනේ මැඩම් මම මේ ඉංග්‍රීසි ටිකක් අමාරුයි නේ සිංහලෙන්
කමන්නේ කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. If you have any problem with the English, that doesn't matter at all. But you have to present it in English. It doesn't matter at all. So you will be the best person to present it, Lakmali. Hari? No worries, just present it. Thivaraja, please contribute. I can see 3 participants. Have you all just joined?
මැඩම්
Oh,
අපිව ලියවුණා. ආයි ආවම මේන් එකට ආවේ.
ඒ කොහොමද leave වුනේ?
මීටින් එකේ මේ කනෙක්ෂන් ප්‍රොබ්ලම් එකක් ඇවිල්ලා මීටින් එකෙන් ලීව් වුණා.
පුතා මට කියන්න
ආයි-
දිනිති ඔයා මොකේද හිටියේ කියලා?
group 1
පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න. දිනිති group 1. දිනිති group 1. හරි දැම්මා. චතුරංග, in which group were you?
Group 7, madam.
Group 7.
Oh, madam.
හරි දැම්මා යන්න join වෙන්න. Group number 7,
Yes, madam.
you all are discussing, right?
Yes, madam.
මොකද yes madam පොඩක් energy බහලා වගේ. Okay, you got the information, right? You all-
Introduction එක ගැන අපි මේ discuss කරා madam. Classification එක.
අතා විනාඩි දෙකක් මන් දෙන්නම් ඔක්කොලටම. දෙකට
Okay,
පස්සේ break
thank you.
sessions ඉවර කරනවා. Okay, from you, Nimasha or Nimasha.
Nimasha, madam.
Nimasha, you will be the presenter. So you will be the one who will be presenting the group work, teamwork. Hari ne Nimasha.
Madam, මට සිග්නල් වඳි භාගයට ඇහෙන්නේ.
භාගෙට ඇහෙන්නේ. හරි. එහෙනම් මහේෂි ඔයා අදට කරනවද? මම ඔයගොල්ලෝ හැමෝටම chances දෙනවා මේ මොඩියුල් එක ඇතුලේ. මහේෂි ඉන්නව නේද? මහේෂි
Madam, මනිෂිද මහිෂිද?
මහිෂි MAHISHI මනිෂි නෙමෙයි. මහිෂි ඉන්නනේ MAHISHI මහිෂි. මහිෂි හරි මහේෂිගේ මොකක් හරි ස්පීකර් එකේ ඉෂුව එකක් තියෙනවා කියලායි මට හිතෙන්නේ, but anyway you have to present in some other days also. මනීෂිට පුළුවන් නේද present කරන්න?
Okay, madam.
Okay, thank you. Only one more minute. Okay, I hope everyone has joined the main discussion session. I hope you all have discussed and it was was it useful discussing like this? Was it useful? ඔයගොල්ලන්ට දැන් polymers ගැන දේවල් මතක් වුණාද? Okay, anyway, to check that, I'm going to call out each presenter. Okay, we will start from room number 1, group number 1. Group number 1, Kaveen. Kaveen, are you ready to present?
Yes, madam.
Okay, Kaveen. Do you want to share the screen?
No, madam.
Okay, so can you please discuss the 2 points? What are polymers and classification of polymers? First one, what are polymers? Second one, classification of polymers. Yes, Kavin, you can start. Kavin,
Yes, ma'am.
oh, Kavin, Patangan.
Polymers.
Yes.
The word polymer is divided from two Greek words.
Hmm.
Poly, that means many,
Hmm.
and mer, which means units.
Okay, many units.
Oh, yes.
Okay, Hari, that's okay, good.
In basic terms,
Mm-hmm.
a polymer is a long chain molecule that
Mm-hmm.
composes a large number of repeating
Mm-hmm.
units of in identical structure.
I didn't get the last part, but what have you just said? Please repeat
Units
the
of
last sentence.
units of identical.
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 Okay. Okay.
These identical structures
Uh-huh.
we understand as a unit made up of two or more molecules
Okay.
joined together from a long chain.
Okay. All right. So that's a very good, description about polymers. Okay. So can we go to the second discussion point?
Yes, ma'am. Classification of polymers.
Mm-hmm.
Since polymers are numerous number with different behaviors and can be naturally found or synthetically created.
Okay.
They can be classified in various ways. The following below are some basic ways in which we classify polymer.
Okay.
The first classification of polymer is based on their source of origin.
Okay. So under that, do we have any sub-classifications?
Natural polymers,
Okay.
synthetic polymers, semi-synthetic polymers.
All right.
Based on structure, linear polymers, branched chain polymers,
okay,
cross-linked polymers.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. Please present your discussion points. Okay. What are the other classifications? The other
Based
team
on-
members? Yes, based on.
Molecular forces.
Good. Okay. Based on the molecular forces, what are the sub-classifications that we have discussed?
Elastomers,
Yeah.
fibers,
ඒක පේන්නේ කොහෙන්ද බලන් කියන්නේ? Thermoplastics.
thermoplastics.
And the last one? Thermosetting. Kavin? Based on the molecular forces, we can sub-classify them as elastomers, fibers.
Based on mode of polymerization.
Huh? Based on the mode of polymerization, we have sub-classified them into two main groups.
Yes.
Because this is very important. These terms we are going to use in our lectures. Based on the mode of polymerization, how we polymerize the monomer units, we can classify them mainly into two sub-classifications. What are they? Based on the mode of polymerization, what are they? Okay, anyone else
Addition.
from addition and
For addition polymer and
uh, condensation?
condensation polymers.
Polymerization. Okay. Thank you, Kavin. It's a very good
Thank you, madam.
presentation. It's a very good presentation because I know this is your first breakout group discussion and the presentation. I know there could be many drawbacks. I'm not going to ask very in detail what are these things, but what I just want you to do from this activity is you have to have some knowledge about the polymers. I'm pretty sure all of you have already forgotten your knowledge about the polymers, but that knowledge about the polymers are very important to us. Now you know, when you refer back to your previous lectures, now you already know, you don't know anything about these things. I can see that from when the Kavin presented, at least some of us may not be able to pronounce the terms, thermoplastics, thermosettings. Okay, so these things need to be in your fingertips because you all are textile graduates. You are going to graduate as textile specialists. Okay, so you need to know about all these things. Okay, the first one is very good. Okay, who is that? Who is that? කාටද message එකක් එන්නේ? Okay, thank you, Kavin. Can we move to room number 2, group number 2, Malisha. Malisha, are you there?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Please increase the volume.
Okay.
ඔයා ටිකක් සද්දෙට කතා කළා නම් හරි. Malisha, do you need to share the screen?
No, madam, no need.
Okay. So, okay, the first discussion point about the polymers.
Polymer is a large molecule that consists of a number of smaller repeating units made from molecules called monomers.
Okay.
These monomers are repeating and act like a chain, then form polymers. This process is called polymerization. Polymers sometimes called macromolecules. These are the factors that I collect us to the first topic.
Okay, good. Okay, what about your discussion, your team discussion points in classification of polymers?
In classification of polymers, there are 4 types based on origin of source, based on structure, based on molecular forces, based on mode of polymerization.
Okay.
When I consider the based on origin of source, there are 3 types: natural polymer, semi-synthetic, synthetic polymer.
Good.
In natural polymers, there are the polymers that collect from nature. Example, cotton, wool, silk, rubber.
Good.
When we consider about the synthetic polymers, they are the polymers that are made from man. It means it made artificial.
Sure.
So the examples are nylon, polyethylene, acrylic, etc.
Okay.
Semi-synthetic polymers are the polymers mostly derived from natural occurring polymer by chemical modification.
Yeah, sure.
Example, rayon. Then I consider the second factor based on structure. There are 3 types: linear polymers, branch chain polymers, cross-linked polymers.
Okay.
When we consider about the linear polymers, they are like a line polymers. Then consider about the branch chain polymers, they are linked like branch.
Okay.
And cross-linked polymers mean they are linked like cross.
Okay.
Then I move to the third point based on molecular forces. There are 4 types: elastomers, fibers, thermoplastic, thermosetting polymers.
Okay.
Elastomers are the polymers that act like rubbers, rubber-like polymers.
Okay.
The best example is rubber band. And when consider about thermoplastic, they are the polymers. When they heated, they are softened, and when they cool, they are hardened.
Okay.
Thermosetting polymers mean the polymers when heated, they start cross-linking between polymer chains.
Okay.
Hence, they becoming hard and infusible.
Okay.
The last factor, based on mode of polymerization, there are two types: addition polymers and condensation polymers. Addition polymers mean chain growth polymers formed from radicals, cations, or anions.
Good.
There are three steps in here: the initiation step, the propagation step, and the termination step.
Okay, very good. So condensation, are you going to talk about condensation?
The best example is protein for this right.
Sure.
Thank you, madam.
Very good. Thank you very much, Malisha. This is the level which I expect from you. So that means we have a living example from you. That is, all of you are capable of presenting something like Malisha did. See the way that she has presented. She has gone through everything point by point, and then she has presented it. The group number 3, group number 2 has presented it, and Malisha has represented the team. And the way that she has presented, it came naturally. Okay, you all have previously prepared the content, and when you talk about the content, it came naturally. And also she has gone into details on each classification. What are the types of polymers? If it is a branch polymer, why we are called branch polymers? If it is a cross-linked polymer, why we call them as a cross-linked polymer? Even a thermoplastic and a thermosetting. Very good. And this is the level which I want from you. Very good, Malisha, and very well done, team number 2, group number 2. Well done. Okay, see, you all are capable to that level. Now don't go and compare among yourself. This is an example. Example in the sense, please make sure that you basically acquire your knowledge, and also please make sure that you improve your communication skill up to that level. Okay. Shall I move to this scanning is coming. Shall I move to room number 3? Room number 3, Uchita. Uchita, are you ready? Uchita?
Yes.
Uchita present කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? Uchita share screen share කරන්න ඕනේද?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to share the screen? Wait.
Ma'am, excuse me, can I share the screen for him?
Yeah, sure. පොඩ්ඩක් මට රික්වෙස්ට් එක එවන්න, මට එතකොට ෂෙයා කරත හැකි. ඔයා ෂෙයා කරන්න try කරනකොට මට එනවා permission එක දෙන්න කියලා. ෂෙයා වෙන්න දැම්මද?
Yes, ma'am. It's
පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න. ඔයා මට රික්වෙස්ට් එක එවුවද පුතා?
request එකක් එවන්න කියලා
ඔයා අර ඒකෙන් share screen දාපුවාම මම හිතන්නේ මට එහෙම disable කියලා එනවානේ පොඩි පිට වෙයි. මම participants ලගේ screen share කරන්න මෙච්චර කල් කරලා නැහැ. පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න. පුතා ඔයා කවුද ස්ක්‍රීන් එක ෂෙයා කරන්න හදන්නේ?
781 සිතාරා.
සිතාරා 781 නේ?
Yes, ma'am.
මචි 80 ඉන්න 82 ඉන්න 81 නෑනේ. හරි පොඩ්ඩක් දෙන්න කියලා. සිතාරා සිතාරා බහුව පොඩ්ඩක් මොකක් හරි මට දෙන්න සිතාරා සිතාරා බලන්න දැන් පුළුවන්ද කියලා?
Yes ma'am. දැන් බලන්න.
Hi. Okay, Sitara, you can start. Maybe in picture note again. Good.
Uchita.
Uchita,
Okay, ma'am.
sorry, Uchita, you are the presenter.
Okay, man. A polymer is a large molecule and monoms join together to make polymer chain by forming covalent bond.
Is it only the covalent one that they
That's
have?
made called. What is madam?
Is it only the covalent one that they have? In polymers, when monomers are reacted together, I'm asking, is it only the covalent bond that they have? No, they have many other types of bonding as well. Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah, Uchita, you can continue.
Okay, madam. Okay, madam. This method called polymerization. Polymers are very useful for our life. For example, polythene, polyethylene, plastic.
Yes, Uchita, continue.
Okay, madam. Let's see classification of the polymers. There are 4 types in the classification of polymers.
Okay.
First one is based on origin of source.
Okay.
Next, based on structure. Next is based on molecular forces. Based on next we consider of based on origin of source.
Okay. So you have missed the 4th one based on. Have you missed the 4th one based on the mode of polymerization?
No, ma'am.
You said it. Okay. Continue, Uchita.
Okay. First is natural polymers. It is a natural polymer is example is silk, wool, cotton, as well. Second one is semi-synthetic. Third one is fully synthetic polymer.
Okay.
It is nylon and polyester. It is one.
Okay.
second is based on structure.
Okay.
First one is polymers.
Okay.
Second one is branch chain polymers. Third is cross-linked polymers.
Okay.
Third one is based on molecular forces. There are
Okay.
4 parts in this category. Elastomer,
Elastomers.
elastomer,
We call them as elastomers.
elastomer. Okay. Elastomers, fibers, thermorization.
No, thermoplastics. Thermosetting.
Settings.
Hari. Now, yeah, continue.
Settings polymer.
Okay.
Okay. Fourth one is based on mode of polymerization. First one is addition polymers. Second one is condensation polymers.
Okay.
That is man.
Okay. Thank you, Uchita. It's a very good presentation. So first of all, when I thought that you all are going to share the presentation slides, which I did, I thought you all are going to repeat the same thing. But it was not like that. Uchita has added some of his thoughts also during the presentation. That is what I need. But Uchita, your team can improve more on the presentation and how you are going to present. All right. Very good try. And you all have very correctly gathered the necessary information. And good. So good try, Uchita, and very well done. Group number 3. Okay, so shall we move to group number 4? Vasundhara, are you ready?
Yes, madam, I'm ready.
Okay, Vasundhara.
Shall I start?
Sure.
Presentation?
Sure.
Okay. Polymers can be found different ways in the nature. So polymers are consist of large number of small repeating units, and these small repeating units are called monomers. These monomer units add one by one, and it creates a large growing chain, and it's called as a polymer. So in this process of converting the polymer units to a polymer, and it's called polymerization. So let's move into the classification of the polymers. Polymers can be mainly classified into 4 categories. The first one is origin of source. So it can be divided into 3 subcategories. The first one is natural polymers. Wool and cotton are the example for that. And the second one is semi-synthetic polymers. Rayon, cellulose are the examples.
Rayon,
and the third one is
Vasundhara, please hold on a minute. What can you please repeat? Semi-synthetic. What are the polymers?
Rayon and the cellulosic acetate fibers. Cellulosic acetate.
Okay.
And the third one is synthetic polymers. Nylon and terylene are the examples.
Okay.
And the second one is based on the structure, and we call it copolymerization also. And there are 3 main subcategories. First one is linear polymers, branched polymers, and cross-linked polymers. And also there are 3 main types of copolymers. There are alternating copolymers, blocked copolymers, and random copolymers.
Okay.
And the third main category is according to the molecular forces. The first one is elastomers. Rubber is the good example for that. And the second one is fibrous, and nylon 6 is an example for the fibrous polymers. And the third one is thermoplastics.
Okay.
PVC is a good example for that. And the fourth one is thermosetting polymers. Bakelite is a main example for that. And the fourth one is according to the mode of polymerization.
Okay.
They can be divided into two subcategories. According to the addition, let's call it addition polymers, and it's basically made from a radical mechanism. Polymerization of ethylene is a example for that, and the second one is condensation polymers, and the polymerization of nylon is a example for the condensation polymers. Thank you.
Good, very good. Very good, Vasundhara. It's a nice presentation, and the way that you all have presented, you all have summarized all the things which you have learned during the lecture. It doesn't matter, you all have referred the previous lecture notes. That doesn't matter, but you all have summarized the essential points. Very good, very well done, group number 4. All right, so shall we move to group number 5? Shahani, are you ready? Shahani Puta, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to share the screen, Shahani?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so please start your presentation.
Polymer is a large molecule. It consists a number of small repeating units. It made from molecules called monomers. Monomer units one by one to the growing chain of the polymer. Converting the monomer units to a polymer, it is called polymerization.
Very good.
Let's see the classification of the polymers.
Okay.
There are 4 main parts of classification of polymer. First one is based on origin of source. There are subcategories. First one is natural polymers. Cotton, wool, silk, rubber are natural polymers. Second one is semi-synthetic. Example, rayon. Third one is synthetic polymer. Nylon and polyethylene are examples.
Okay.
Second main classification is based on structure. There are 3 sub classifications: linear polymers, branch chain polymers, and cross-linked polymers. Other main classification of polymer based on molecular forces. Examples: elastomer, fibers, thermoplastics, and last one is thermosetting polymers. Last main classification of polymer is based off mode of polymerization. Samples, addition polymers, and condensation polymers. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much, Shahani. It is a good try, and your presentation is very well summarized, and also it's organized, and also the way that you have present is very clear, and presentation skills can be improved, but it is a very good presentation. Thank you very much, Shahani, and also very well done, group number 5. Okay, let's move to group number 6. Lakmali Rupasinghe. Lakmali, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Lakmali, do you need to share the screen?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then please present.
Polymer is a chemical compound that is made of small molecules that are arranged in a simple repeating structure to form a large molecule called macromolecules, which are multiples of simple chemical unit called monomer.
Okay.
Polymers make up many of the materials in living organisms and are the base of many man-made materials.
Good.
Classification of polymers, I will call them Umasha.
Lakmali, why can't you continue? Hari. Now who will be presenting the second part?
Umasha.
Umasha, are you ready, Puta?
Yes, madam.
Okay, you can continue.
Based on a origin of source. Firstly, natural polymers, semi-synthetic polymers, synthetic polymers. Natural polymers means we can gather from nature. Example, we can get rubber. Semi-synthetic polymer example is rayon, vulcanized rubbers, like that.
Vulcanized rubber, that's a very good try. So anyway, people has done some modifications now. That's cool, good. Yeah.
Synthetic fiber means man-made fiber. Polyethylene is an example for that. Next, based on structure, mostly linear polymers, branched chain polymers, cross-linked polymers.
Okay.
Linear polymers means long continuous chain. Example is nylon. We can get it. Then branched chain polymers, example glycogen.
Okay, good.
Then,
it's better if you have present that structure also.
Sorry, madam.
ඔයාට ඒ polymer එකේ පොඩි chemical structure එකක් present කරා නම් for the people who are watching it will be very good because you have added something new to the presenter. Branched polymers, glycogen. That's a very good one. Okay, continue, Umasha.
Then cross-linked polymer means a bond or short sequence of bond that links one polymer chain to another.
Okay.
We can get example polyester fiberglass.
Polyester fiberglass.
Yes.
Is it a cross-link? No, yes, we can have that example. See, you have added something new information that were not presented in my lecture. So that is the thing that you have to do. You have to present something new other than what you have just learned from the lecture. That's very good, Umasha. Can we continue?
Yes. Then based on molecule force, process, first elastomer, elastomers, fibers, thermoplastics, thermosetting polymers.
Okay.
Elastomer means a natural or synthetic fiber having elastic properties.
Okay.
We can get rubber for the example. Then fibers mean a thread or filament. We know that. Then thermoplastic, we can get example nylon, Teflon. Then thermosetting polymers can get silicon.
Thermosetting silicon. Please
Yes.
check that one. I'm not sure whether silicon is a thermosetting polymer. Thermosetting
I got
means
it from Google.
Google. Okay,
Yes.
silicon. Silicon in the sense, you mean silicon polymers or silicon long chain molecules?
Silicon
Polymer. Have they present it as a polymer chain, the silicon? Normally the silicon comes as long chain molecules, but most of the time these silicon polymers, okay, silicon rubber is there. Okay, rubber type materials are there. So I also need to check whether silicon rubber is, you mean silicon rubber, or what is thermosetting you told? Silicon, just silicon. All right. Maybe certain types of silicon rubbers might be there which have that property. Okay, that's very good. Okay, continue, Umasha.
Then like classification based on made of polymerization.
Okay, polymerization. Yes.
First one is additional polymers. It means
We call them as addition polymers.
addition polymers. Yes. It means an addition polymer is a polymer that forms by simple linking to monomers without the concentration of other product.
පුතා මට පළවෙනි ඒකේ පළවෙනි ටික පැහැදිලිව ඇහුන්නේ. I didn't hear it properly, the first part, addition polymerization.
Polymer that forms by simple linking of monomers without the concentration of other product.
Okay. So that is, it does not produce anything while doing the polymerization. Is that so? That is to be the additional polymerization.
Polyethylene is an example for that.
Okay.
Then
polyethylene.
Yes.
Okay.
Then condensation polymers. Condensation polymers mean kind of polymers whose process of polymerization involves a condensation reaction. I didn't get any example for that much.
Condensation reaction. Now polyester, polyethylene terephthalate. Okay, so in there, can you see the screen in here?
Yes, ma'am.
We have a carboxylic acid group containing molecule, and this is the carboxylic acid group, C double bond OH. And then we have another molecule which is a diol, that is the molecule is having two OH groups as the functional group. So in here what happens is this acid group and the diol group, they react with each other, and then this is what we call as a condensation reaction. That is, a water molecule will get removed and an ester linkage will happen in a polyester. That is why we call it as polyester. This group is a ester group. So can you see, this is the carboxylic acid, this is the ol group, and water molecule will get removed. That is the condensation. H2O molecule will remove and an ester linkage will happen. So this is a condensation reaction. If I take another example, another polycondensation reaction happens when we produce polyamides or nylon. So in here, we have the adipic acid and then we have hexamethylene diamine. So in here also you can see in the adipic acid, we have two carboxylic acid groups at the end of the molecule. And in the hexamethylene diamine, we have 2 amine groups at the end of the molecular chain. So then when these 2 macromolecules will come together, what will happen? Another water molecule, that is hydrogen from the diamine and the OH from the adipic acid, will react together to form a water molecule, and then the condensation reaction happens. So in here, the linkage between the adipic acid and the hexamethylene diamine, it is a peptide bond. Peptide means it has C double bond O N H. So this is the peptide bond. This peptide bond, you all can see basically these peptide bonds in protein molecules also. Okay. So this is the nylon formation. We call this peptide bond, and depending on the carbon atoms that we have in the adipic acid and depending on the carbon atoms that we have in the hexamethylene diamine, we can classify different types of nylon, and this is the basic nylon formation. Okay, have I answered your question, Umasha?
Yes, ma'am.
Hari, you want to continue?
Finish.
Finish, okay. Group number 6, Lakmali and Umasha, nice presentation. And you all can, Lakmali, there are many ways that you can improve your communication skill. And Umasha also, very good presentation. And group number 6, they have done some literature study also when they present their information. You all have not just gone through the lecture notes which I did, but you all have go through the literature studies and you all have gathered some more information. It is very good, and I expect from you all to do things like that. When I ask you to present something, please make sure your presentation, the information that you present, contains something new. Okay, that is what we expect from a presentation. All right, it is a very good try. Group number 6, very well done. Thank you. Okay, shall I move to group number 7? Manishi. Manishi, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Manishi, do you want to share the screen?
No, ma'am.
Okay, please start.
Okay, ma'am. First, we refer that what is polymer. Polymer is made by monomers that consist of number of smaller repeating units. And the process of making polymer by using these monomers is called as polymerization. And another name of polymer is macromolecules. And in our life, we use many polymers, as example, plastic equipment, polythene, fools, likewise. So then we can classify these polymers basically based on origin of the polymer, structure of the polymer, molecular forces, and mode of polymerization. Okay. Under this main basic point, we can divide the polymers again under the origin. First one is natural polymers. These polymers obtained from natural sources, as example, cotton, wool, silk, rubber, likewise. Okay. And second one is semi-synthetic polymers. These polymers made mostly derived from natural occurring. The example of this semi-synthetic polymers is rayon. Okay. And we can divide polymers as synthetic polymer also. Synthetic polymers are made by mainly chemical process.
Okay.
As example, polythene, polythene,
How about
Perilene likewise.
Okay.
Then we can classify the polymers under the structure of polymer. First one is linear polymers.
Okay.
Linear polymers linear polymer is called copolymers. There are three types of copolymers.
Linear polymers, please give me a few seconds, Manishi. Linear polymers, is it only copolymers?
No,
What
ma'am.
about homopolymers? You all have learned something about homopolymers. Linear polymers could be a homopolymer or a copolymer. All right? Hari neda?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And we can divide as branched chain polymers as well. This branched chain polymer is architecture like as star H shaped like that. And examples are glycogen.
Okay.
And another type is cross-linked polymers that consist of smaller polymer chains that rebonded together. Each chain is bonded to multiple chains. And polyester, fiberglass are example of this cross-linked polymer. After that, we can divide.
Puta, polyesters, they are not cross-linked polymers.
Okay, ma'am.
Polyesters are not cross-linked polymers. They are mostly linear polymers. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Then under the molecular forces, we can divide polymer as elastomers. Elastomers polymers can be easily stretched by applying a little force. And then we can classify as fibers. As an example of fibers, polymer, nylon, polyamide, PET, PBT likewise. Then thermoplastic polymers, as example Teflon, nylon. Another one is thermosetting polymers, that the polymers with low molecular masses. As an example, we can get bakelite. And last one, under the mode of polymerization, we can classify the polymers as addition polymers and condensation polymers.
Okay.
The example of addition polymer is methacrylates and
methacrylates. Methacrylates.
And condensation polymers, we can get as example nylon, polycarbonates likewise.
Polycarbonates. Polyester is one of the very good example of a polycondensation polymer. Here, I have explained how this happens. So this is a very good example. Polyester is a output from a polycondensation reaction. All right. In nature also, we can have these polypeptides, wool and silk. In naturally, they have formed through condensation reactions. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Finish, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Manishi. A very good presentation and clearly explained. And I hope, yeah, like you should have done a literature study also, because I can see you all have presented things which were not in the lectures as well. So it's a very good try and very well done. Group number 7, you all have gathered the necessary information, and Manishi, who represent the team, has clearly present your work. Okay. I think we have covered all the groups. Is it? Amata miss වුණු මොකක් හරි group එකක් ඉන්නවද? I hope everything is covered. Now you all have carried out the activity. You all have gone through the previous notes, and then you have gained your previous knowledge, and you all have also presented. It's because I want to improve your communication skill as well. And by this activity, we have basically started the main building block of synthetic fibers, that is polymers. Synthetic fibers are made out from polymers. So these polymers go through a process called spinning for us to make a fiber. These fibers are then made into yarns, so then we can weave or knit them into textile structures. So this is the main building block of a synthetic polymer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a small video with you which basically summarize the textile process and how these fibers are used in our textile processes. All right, please let me share the screen with you. Can you see the screen?
Yes, madam.
Okay. I think you should be able to hear the sound as well. So let us watch this video. And this basically summarizes different types of fibers that we use to make fabrics. Can you hear the sound?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The video sound, not my voice, video sound. Okay, let's see the video.
Food, shelter, and clothing are the 3 basic needs of every individual. All 3 are equally important, and human beings have always been experimenting with these 3 needs. A constant struggle to make something better has always been the reason behind the modifications and advancements made. That holds good in case of clothing as well. Since the prehistoric era, there has been a drastic change in the clothes that humans wear. Early man used only the large leaves of trees to cover the body. With time, it was seen that even animal skin can be used as a cover for the body. Soon, animal fur, fleece, and skin were employed as clothes. However, these were not clothes in true sense, right? They were helpful in covering the body, no doubt. But clothes that we use today are not leaves of plants directly. We use plant products to synthesize fine threads, which are woven further into beautiful fabrics. These are useful in making clothes that we wear. Let's understand the beautiful science behind the process of making fibers and turning them into fabrics. To begin with, let's understand a few terms. What are fibers? In simple words, these are significantly long threads. Extremely long threads that can be converted into yarns. And what are yarns, by the way? Yarns are nothing but the long continuous threads that can be directly woven into fabrics. And before you ask what fabrics are, these are the pieces of cloth that we use for making our clothes. That means the yarn is interwoven to form pieces of fabric that can be cut and stitched to make clothes. So fibers are the threads which are used to make long and continuous usable threads called yarns. These yarns are then woven into fabrics which are used to make stitched clothes for us. Simple, isn't it? So in order to learn about the fabrics, we need to understand the types of fibers first. What do we mean by types of fibers? Fibers are just thin and long threads, right? Not entirely so. Tell me, which types of clothes are preferred by us during summer? Soft and light clothes usually made up of cotton, right? And during winter? Cozy and thick woolen clothes occupy the list. Bags which are made up of fabric need to be strong rather than comfortable. This tensile strength is provided by jute fibers. And what about the soft and glossy clothes used in daily life? They are made up of acrylic fibers. These few examples indicate that there are a variety of fabrics available for our use. For our simplicity, we divide fibers into two major categories. One category is natural fibers and the second category is synthetic fibers. Natural fibers, as the name says, are obtained from natural sources. So what could the sources be? Needless to say, the sources would be both plants and animals. Can we list a few examples of each type? Plants like cotton and jute give us natural fibers. Similarly, animals like sheep, goat, camel, and so many are also used for their fur and fleece. In contrast to these natural fibers, the synthetic ones are made by us in the laboratories or industries, to be precise. Nylon, polyester, acrylic, all these fibers are the best examples to study the synthetic fibers category. Lastly, do you know that some synthetic fibers are made using natural fibers as the starting material? Yes, it's true. Natural fibers are chemically processed and modified significantly to gain another category of fibers. These are called semi-synthetic fibers. Rayon, artificial wool are a couple of examples of this category. However, natural fibers still top the chart, especially in the garment industry, for its various benefits over synthetic fibers. Next, let's get to know about a few natural fibers and then understand the process of weaving yarn to obtain fabric.
Okay, I hope the lecture or the video that I present in here basically gives you a very basic knowledge about classification of fibers, and when it's come to the synthetic, what do you mean by a man-made fiber? So under the synthetic group, we have 100% synthetic, that is made by man, and there are semi-synthetic, that is one part is already done by the nature. That is, we take cellulose molecules or the polymers and then we dissolve it and then we spin it, the polymer solution. We call these types of fibers are as semi-synthetic fibers. All right. Yeah. Let me share another very interesting video with you. This video also will give you some knowledge about the fibers and the yarns and how you are going to analyze these fibers. Okay, so let me share the screen. Can you all see the screen? Screen එක පේනවද?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Fiber to fabric.
Can you hear the sound?
Yes, ma'am.
ඇහෙනවද? ඇහෙනවනේ? හරි, okay.
In this module, you will learn how fabric is made. We wear different types of dresses. Each of our dresses is made of some fabric. Cotton, silk, jute, wool, nylon, and polyester are some common fabrics. But what is fabric made of? Fabric is made of fine threads called yarns. You can easily pull out a yarn from fabric.
Moreover, if you untwist a yarn to loosen it, you will find that it consists of a number of thin hair-like strands. These strands are called fibers. Thus, fabric is made of many yarns and a yarn is made of many fibers. But how are fibers obtained? And how are they converted to fabric? Let us find out.
Okay, now is it clear? They have shown something here. They have unraveled yarn. They have unraveled a yarn from a fabric. And when they unravel the yarn and when they untwist that yarn, there were many fibers in it. Okay, so fibers are made into yarns and then the yarns are made into fabric. All right. So when we prepare yarns, there are different spinning processes that we can use. To produce continuous filament fibers, we can basically start from a synthetic polymer, a molten polymer, a liquid viscous polymer solution, and then we can use something called a spinning process. So in that spinning process, the liquid polymer solution will be extruded through a mechanical system, and then once those liquid polymers get solidified, we make continuous filaments or fibers, and those fibers can be made into yarn. That is a one process. In the natural fiber manufacturing process, there are many number of fibers available naturally. So we extract those fibers and then we basically align those fibers. We do not start from the polymer in the natural fiber production. Natural fibers are already there. All right. So those fibers are taken. Those fibers are mechanically treated. That is, you remove unwanted debris or any other chemicals present on those fibers, oils or greases. And then we align these fibers and then we twist these fibers and then we make the yarn. Okay. That is the main difference between the 100% natural and 100% synthetic. But if we are to talk about semi-synthetic fibers, what they do is they take natural fibers or natural polymers. Okay. In the 100% synthetic fiber production, they take the polymers from the petroleum chemicals. They take the petroleum chemicals, they produce the polymer synthetically, and then that polymer will be converted into the fibers or yarns. But when it's come to the natural or semi-synthetic polymers, they start from the polymers already available in the nature. That is the main difference between 100% synthetic and semi-synthetic. In the semi-synthetic one, they take from the 100% natural polymer origin. Sometimes they have to dissolve these polymers. Some of them might be in the solidified form. One of the very common example is if you take cellulose, we know these cellulose polymers are present in cotton fibers. So what they do is they take the cotton fibers and then they chemically dissolve these fibers into polymers. And then through that polymers, they spin the fibers. And we call those types of fibers as semi-synthetic fibers. All right, is that clear? පැහැදිලිද ඒක? 100% natural කියනකොට තියෙන වෙනස, semi-synthetic කියනකොට තියෙන වෙනස, 100% man-made කියනකොට තියෙන වෙනස. Is that clear? When it's come to the 100% natural, semi-synthetic and 100% synthetic, those three are the main differences. Is that clear? Oh, I need an answer from you before I continue with the lecture. Taruka, is that clear? What do you mean by 100% natural, semi-synthetic and synthetic, Taruka?
Madam, can you explain it again?
Okay, okay, Taruka. It is like this. Now we have three main classification. Okay, we have two main classification, natural fibers and synthetic fibers. All right. And then the synthetic fibers, it could be 100% synthetic or semi-synthetic. That is, if you take 100% natural fibers, those fibers in the fiber form itself available in the nature. So what they do is they extract the fibers from the natural origin. If you take cotton, so cotton fibers are available in the cotton seed. So you extract the cotton fibers from the cotton seed. You do not start from the polymers. All right. Polymers in the sense, polymers are chemicals. Those chemicals are naturally formed into fibers in the 100% natural fibers. If you take another example, wool. You take the sheep or the goat or the camel, and then they have these wool fibers with them. So you take the fibers from those animals. So either from a plant origin or from an animal origin, you basically extract the already occurring natural fibers. And then you basically subjected it to a spinning process. So in this spinning process, what they do is they open these fibers, they align these fibers, and then they twist these fibers to make a yarn. That is 100% natural fibers or natural yarn. When it comes to the man-made fibers, we have two classifications. First one is 100% man-made fibers. So in the 100% man-made fibers, we start from monomer units. That is, we take the petrochemicals and then we have the monomer units, we polymerize them together and then we make a polymer. That polymers could be in the liquid form or they could be in the solid form. So these polymers, when they are in the solid or the liquid form, they are not according to a fibrous form. They are not linear and they are not like a long chain fiber form. Okay, so then what they do is they dissolve or they dissolve these polymers using heat or using any other solvent. So then you obtain a viscous liquid polymer, and that liquid polymer then again go through a special spinning process. That spinning process is different to the spinning process that we used in the natural fiber process. So in the man-made fiber spinning process, you 100% man-made, you take petrochemicals, you take monomers, you do the polymerization reaction, you come up with the polymers, and then from these polymers, you basically create a liquid viscous polymer solution, and that polymer solution will be subjected to another spinning process. So in summary, in that spinning process, we have a part to basically extrude the polymer. You have small spinneret unit, and in that spinneret units, you have very small holes. So when you pass that viscous polymer solution through that spinneret, it comes out as strands. Okay, a flow of polymer. That flow of polymer, when you remove the solvent that we have used to dissolve the polymer, or when you remove the heat, that is when you subject that polymer strand to cooling, low temperature, or when you remove the solvent which we have used to dissolve the polymer, what will happen? That liquid polymer solution will get solidified, and it will get solidified in the fiber form. It is because we have used a spinneret with small holes in it, and it is a continuous flow of polymer. So then that the polymer strands will be in the form of a fiber, okay, a cylindrical form. And then those fibers will be twisted and they make the yarns to make 100% synthetic fibers. In the semi-synthetic fiber process, we take the polymers from naturally available sources. All right. in the 100% synthetic polymer preparation, we take the individual petrochemicals, we start from the monomers, we prepare the polymer. But in the semi-synthetic process, the polymers are already available in the nature. So some of them might be in the fiber form. Some of them might be in the polymeric form. All right. So polymeric in the sense liquid form. So whether it is a solid or a liquid polymer available in the nature, if it is a solid polymer, for an example, cellulose. Cellulose polymers are available in different physical forms. Some of these cellulose polymers are available in the fiber form. So what they do is they take these fibers and they dissolve these fibers to get the cellulose polymers. You get the cellulose polymers and then again you extrude these polymers, you make a viscous polymer liquid and then you extrude these polymers through a spinneret system and then you solidify them into fibers and then fibers will be done into yarns in the semi-synthetic polymer. And also there are certain polymers already available in the liquid form itself. So like in the seaweeds, you should be able to extract certain chemicals, viscous polymers. All right. So like collagens, you extract it and those polymers will be spun into fibers and yarns. If you take crustacean shells like chitin, and these crab shells has a specific polymer called chitosan. So you extract that chitosan polymer, you make a viscous liquid and then like in the normal man-made fiber spinning process, you subjected that molten polymer through a spinneret system and then you solidify that polymers in the fiber form and then you make the yarn. So now is it clear, Taruka?
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Okay. I hope all the others also are clear about what do you mean by a natural fiber? What do you mean by a 100% man-made fiber? What do you mean by a semi-synthetic fiber? Kata hari, is there anybody who can't understand the difference? Kawru hari innawada therenne nathi kene. Can everybody understand? Purnima, can you understand the classification? Purnima?
Yes, madam.
All right. So let's continue with this video.
These strands are called fibers. Thus, fabric is made of many yarns and a yarn is made of many fibers. But how are fibers obtained? And how are they converted to fabric? Let us find out. Once fibers are obtained from their source, they are converted to yarns. For this, fibers are drawn out.
So this is the very simple demonstration of natural fiber spinning. Can you see there are thousands of fibers in this cotton wool. So the person with these fingers, what they do is they draw the fibers. Drawing means now when you extend this corner, these fibers will come out. They are entangled with each other. When they draw, when they extend this end, the fibers will get aligned to a certain extent and then he will twist it and then make a yarn. So this is the process that were mechanized in the spinning process. Natural fiber spinning process. Okay. For this previously in the prehistorical era, if you can remember Kueni, අපේ ලංකාවේ හිටියේ Kueni කපු කැට්ටා කියලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ අහලා තියෙනවනේ කපු කටිනවා කියලා කියන්නේ. Now it is a process similar to this one. When the Kueni made the fibers from the cotton, she did something similar to this. But when it's come to the industrial scale, we can't do it by hand. So for that, we have different types of machineries. So those machineries, natural fiber spinning machineries, we have the fiber openers, we have the carding machines, and then we have all other spinning system to produce the yarn. All right.
And twisted together. Twisted. They are converted to yarns. For this, fibers are drawn out and twisted together to get the thicker and stronger thread, that is, yarn. The process of making yarns from fibers is called spinning. Spinning can be done by hand or by using a spindle or a charkha. For large-scale production of yarns, spinning machines are used. Weaving is done on looms. Some looms are hand-operated and are called hand looms, whereas some are power-operated and are called power looms. During weaving, initially one set of yarn is fitted on a loom. The other set of yarn is then interlaced at right angles with the first set of yarn so as to get fabric. Let us now learn about knitting. In this module you have learnt fabric is made of many yarns and a yarn is made of many fibers. Fibers obtained from plants and animals are called natural fibers, whereas those synthesized using chemicals are called synthetic fibers. Fibers are converted to yarns by spinning. Yarns are converted to fabric by weaving and knitting. Weaving is the process of interlacing two sets of yarns to get fabric. Knitting is the interlooping of one or more set of yarns to get fabric.
My job is to make college easier.
All right. So I think you all have got an idea about what are natural fibers. Okay, sorry about that. I hope you got an idea about what are man-made fibers and what are polymers and what are natural fibers and what are spinning process. So this is an overall idea. Now, during the next lecture, what we are going to talk about is, we are going to talk about fiber manufacturing processes. So before I go into the very details of the fiber manufacturing processes, during my next lecture, I'm going to share with you some advantages and disadvantages of the fibers or the fabrics that are made out from different fibers. All right. So we will discuss, we will basically define what fibers are, and then we will define some terms or fiber characterization terms. What do you mean by strength, shrinkage, warmth, durability, absorption, wicking, wrinkle resistance, resiliency, elasticity, shape retention, abrasion resistance, luster, static resistance, all these terms, and all these are the main characteristics of a fiber. It is because these characteristics are very, very important to us, because these characteristics of the fibers will 100% contribute towards the fabric property. Now, for an example, if your fiber has a very low wrinkle resistant property, can one of you tell me what is wrinkle resistance? What do you mean by wrinkling? කාට හරි කියන්න පුළුවන්ද wrinkle වෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා? ඔගොල්ලෝ කවුරු හරි wrinkle resistance කියන එකක් ගැන මීට කලින් අහලා තිබ්බද? කවුරු හරි? TV Raja, are you there? I have seen him in the morning. TV Raja? Okay. How about Balasuriya? Wrinkle resistance. Have you heard about that term before? Anybody who has heard about wrinkle resistance before? No, maybe none of y'all have heard about it, but I have explained about it during my last lectures. In your module 1, raw materials and fiber science 1, I have explained that to you. But anyway, during our next lecture, we will basically learn about some of these fiber characterizations. It is because these fiber characterizations will or some of the properties of these fibers will directly contribute towards the final fabric properties. All right. So from the today's lecture, anything that you need to clarify? ඔයගොල්ලන්ට දැනගන්න මොන හරි තියනවද? තේරුනේ නැති ඒවා තියනවද? එහෙම නැත්නම් anything that you can suggest to make you understand the lecture? Subject matter, anything that was not clear to you? Is everything clear? Okay, in the chat box, someone has asked me whether I can share the videos separately. Now these YouTube videos, I will try my level best to download them. Previously, I have done like that and uploaded them separately as additional materials. So I will give my level best and try my level best to upload those to download those videos from the YouTube and upload it as additional materials. But anyway, the video of the lecture will be shared with you. So then you all can refer each section as well. Now, has any one of you referred to the last Zoom lecture recording? මං අන්තිම පාර කරපු එක අප්ලෝඩ් කරලා තිබ්බා. ඒක ඔයගොල්ලෝ බැලුවාද කවුරු හරි? එක්කෙනෙක් හරි බැලුවාද ඒක? බැලුවා නම් මට කවුරු හරි එක්කෙනෙක් chat box එකේ හරි දාන්න, because I want to know whether the quality is okay. Now when I share the videos in my lecture and then when I record it and when I uploaded it to the Zoom, when I uploaded it to your Moodle, I want to make sure the videos whether they are clear. කාට හරි බලන්න හම්බුණාද මං ගිය week එකේ upload කරපු lecture recording එක?
මැඩම් අම්බ.
Okay. පුතා කියන්න කොහොමද ඒක පැහැදිලිද?
මැඩම් ඔක්කොම බැලුවේ නෑ නිකන් අර මොනවද තියෙන කියලා බැලුවා ඒක පැහැදිලි.
පැහැදිලිව තියෙනවානේ. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් recording එකේ මම video එකක් share කළොත් ඒක ඔයගොල්ලෝන්ට ටික සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පැහැදිලිව පේනවානේ. It is because I will try my level best to upload these videos. Thank you, Mashanu. Thank you, Puta. Because I will try my level best to download the videos and upload it as separate videos, or else you all can refer the lecture recording. Okay, so for today I'm going to wind up. Before I wind up, if there's anything that you need to get clarified, please do let me know. If there's no point that you need to get clarified, we will wind up for today. I will upload the Zoom lecture recording. You all can refer to that one, and also I will upload the videos separately, but I will try my level best. So there's a chance that if I cannot download the videos, I may not upload that as separate materials. All right. So I hope to meet you all in next lecture. That is today is 9th June. 9th June. Okay. So until then, I will see you. Bye. Right.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.